everyone, welcome back. We are going to do another 3 problems from these GED practice problems. Again, we're focused on operations, so multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So you'll notice that all of these words end in I-O-N, right? Shun, 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 shun. These are the noun forms. So when we use multiplication, we say the verb is we multiply. When we use division, the verb is we divide. With addition, we say we add. And with subtraction, we say we subtract. Okay, now subtraction, we can always also use the words take away, or we can find the difference between 2 numbers. You might also hear the word minus for subtraction. So a few different ways to say subtraction in English. Okay, so let's take a look at the problems. We're going to read through the 3 problems. I will let you pause the video and practice them, and then we'll go through the answers. So number 4, the area of Gail's family room is 35 square yards. How much will it cost to carpet the room if the carpet, including installation, is $14 per square yard? Okay, when we're done, we can ask our carpeting expert in our class to tell us if this is going to be a reasonable rate and how much it costs to install a carpet. Number 5, Dominique splits the utility bill with her housemate. Dominique's bill is shown below. The bill covers the period from 6/12 to 8/12, and this is the electricity, water, sewage, and garbage. How much did Dominique pay for utilities for the 2-month period? Okay, but this one I'll give you a clue. There's a bit of distracting information here. Dominique splits the utility bills with her housemates. In this program, you don't actually need to split anything. It's just simply asking you how much Dominique pays. And then the last one, number 6, using her car's odometer. Now, an odometer is the instrument on your dashboard which tells you how far the car has traveled in its lifetime. Using her car's odometer, Michi figures out that her drive to work and back is 15.8 miles. If she works 5 days per week, so per means every week, how many miles does she drive going to and from work each week? Okay, pause the video and we'll go through the answers. Okay, everyone, welcome back. Let's take a look at number 4. So the area of Gail's family room is 35 square yards. So 35 yards squared. Because we're dealing with yards, we're not quite sure how long it is, and we're not quite sure how wide it is, but we know we're multiplying yards times yards, so that would be yards squared. So we know the total area is 35. It's a 2-dimensional problem here. Okay, and we also know that per square foot is $14. So I can draw myself a little picture and think, okay, this square foot is $14, the next square foot is 14, the next one is 14, the next 14. Okay, I've got to do this 35 times. So if I'm adding 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14, that's addition. But if I'm adding the same amount over and over and over again, that's actually a different operation. Right, that's multiplication times. So that's one way I can think of it. I can think of it 14 times or 35 times. 35 lots of 14. And I can plug that into my calculator. You will have a calculator on all the tests that you take with us. So it's going to be 14 times 35, and that's going to give me $490. I'm going to check, go back to my problem. How much will it cost? I always want to check that I have the right unit. We call this a unit. Dollars or yards or meters or miles. Those are units. Okay, those of you who like to do rates and ratios know how to do this. Another great way to do it. I set it up by saying, okay, it's $14 per 1 square yard, right? $14, 1 square yard. Okay, that means it's going to be the same cost per yard, but this time I want 35 square yards because that's the area. Okay, so I say, well, I put a question mark up here with my dollar sign. My units are the same, right? Dollars and dollars, square yards and square yards. That's how I organize my information. It has to be the same on the top and the same on the bottom. So now I say, okay, 1 times what is 35? 1 times 35 will be 35. So I multiply this amount to get this amount by 35. So whatever I multiply on the bottom, I have to multiply same direction on the top. So 14 times 35 will give me my answer. 14 times 35, exactly the same math operation to get my 490. Okay? So is 490 an answer? Yes, it is. 490 over there. Okay, so number 5, Dominique splits the utility bills with her housemate. This is a distracting piece of information. You don't actually need to know that. Dominique's bill is shown below, and it covers the period from 6/12 to 8/12. So 6/12 to 8/12. Okay, that's kind of weird. So I know 12, 6 and 8 must be months, okay, and 12 and 12, I'm guessing, would be 2012, the year. This book is a little bit old. Okay, so from 6 to 8 is 2 months, and it does say for the 2-month period, okay? So I just need to know a total. And what am I going to do with these numbers to find a total? Right, I'm going to add. I'm going to use addition. So I'm going to add them all up onto my calculator here. Now bear in mind on the test, if you're plugging numbers into a calculator, certainly for numbers with decimals, you are very likely to make a mistake. So I highly suggest you do this at least twice. Make sure you get the right answer. Go slowly. Maybe whisper it out loud, not too loud to yourself. Okay, so 233.62. Is that an answer? Yes, that's answer B. Good. Excellent. Okay, you can do it by hand if you want to. These answers are different enough that you could have rounded it or just ignored the cents. You could have added 69, 102, 48, and 12, and you'd have got an answer that was very close to this one. So that's another way you can reduce your error if you see the answers are not close together anyway. All right, number 6, using her car's odometer. Michi figures out that her drive to work and back is 15.8 miles. If she works 5 days per week, how many miles does she drive going to and from? Okay, so I like to draw a little picture here because that's kind of how I understand things. So she's going from home to work, and she goes there and back. So there and back together is 15.8 miles. And if I want to know there, I could divide it by 2. That would give me just going there or just going back. But altogether, it's 15.8. Okay? So she does this every day. Every day she goes to work, she goes there and back. It's 15.8 miles every day. So if she works 5 days per week, how many miles does she drive? So 5 days per week. How many each week? So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I know she goes this distance 5 times. So I am using multiplication again. I'm timesing it. Okay, so I can get out my calculator and I can go 15.8 times 5 is going to give me 79 what? 79 miles, okay? Again, if I'm using a calculator on a test, I want to do it at least twice. I could also estimate. I could say 15 times 5, okay? Well, 15 times 5 will give me 25, and will give me 75, so approximately 75. But I've got 15.8, but that's close enough. So if you can just simplify the numbers, we call this estimating, and get an answer that's close. That will help you to know that you plugged in the right numbers on the calculator. Okay, so my answer there would be D, 79. Good job, everybody. Hope that all makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions.